music coming from?
My passion for music? Oh, I guess that's been in my family for forever. Like I grew up with music. My mom used to teach piano lessons, and my dad actually is a professional musician. So he plays in the Bernese Symphony Orchestra, and he was like a jazzer, always as in passionate jazzer for fun, you know. But yeah, I was surrounded by music all the time, so it came kind of logical that I had to do something with music.
Can you tell us something more about the Fuse present Deetron?
Well, I've been playing at Fuse very often, like on a very regular basis, maybe twice a year or at least twice a year, I think. And I've always really liked going back to the club, so it was kind of evident that I would do a compilation, I guess. And when they asked, I was really happy.
A reminder of the times.
Who inspired you the most? I mean, like a DJ, which is your early background on a musical point of view.
Who inspired me most? Depends what age you're talking about and when. At the moment, let's speak on the present, I'm very much influenced kind of the way I started listening to music, which was more with guitars. Like last week I bought a bass guitar. I don't really know how to play the bass guitar, for instance, but I bought one and I've been playing around with it a bit and recording things, and I'm really inspired by that at the moment because it brings a live element into the music. I mean, it's all recorded and looped afterwards, but it keeps you can do things that you cannot do with a computer normally, just a computer. But so that's what I'm very much into nowadays. Like back in the days, inspiration came from a lot of bands, a lot of DJs, not in the least by a good friend of mine now, and also back then, Edwin, who's part of Rejected. He inspired me a lot with the music that he played. Many things.
Joris, can you tell us something about the Rejected project?
The Rejected project. Well, I just talked briefly about Edwin, who's been a very good friend of mine since the last 12 years, basically since I started DJing. And he's been around, like traveling the world for a long time, going to Australia and New York. And then he eventually came back to Holland because actually that's where the music is very much alive and there's a lot of things happening, and he was missing that anywhere else in the world. So when he came back, we actually started doing things together. We were in the studio a little bit. We started playing together as well, which was very inspirational as well, because it's nice to share things with somebody else, you know, like to do things together, to be on stage together. It can be a lot more fun sometimes. I think also at that time the music that we wanted to release was maybe a bit more dance floor. I think for myself I'm very melodic sometimes, and for Rejected we just wanted to make like dance floor stuff, non-compromising, no beautiful pads or strings or jazzy whatever, just like straight dance floor stuff. So that was Rejected.
When did you understand that being a DJ would become your profession?
I think for Sam it was a lot earlier than for me, so I think he should answer first.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah, I'm very sure.
Well, yeah. Oh.
I remember buying your records when I was still like a bedroom DJ. I was playing out a little bit, but yeah.
Well, but to do it professionally, still that was quite a step, because you know you that's quite a big decision, because you rely on the music and it changes your life pretty much, because you don't simply just do it as a hobby. It's your main thing. Well, that was always the dream, but you know, at the beginning maybe you're not so sure, is it going to work out, is it not going to work out, so yeah.
I think for me, well, it's just the same story, you know, like you just have to make this big step.
Do you prefer to perform in small clubs or at big festivals in general?
I can answer that straight away. I like the smaller clubs a lot more. Like, it's just, I like the festival energy as well, but for me the essence of DJing is when I'm in a smaller venue and relatively close to the people. I think that's my favorite environment, especially these days.
I think, yeah, of course, that's for me the same. I think there's not many DJs that will say the opposite, even though it may sound that it's the coolest thing to play for 10, 20,000 people or 10,000, whatever. It's actually a bit abstract, and you don't really know what's going on. You just make your set. You really have to make it up yourself. You don't really get a lot of feedback from the audience because you can't simply see them. If you're in a club, then the people are with you for a longer time. That's another thing about festivals. People just walk by, and if they come listen for like a minute, and if they don't like the track you're playing for that moment, then they're out again. So you can't really build something and bring the people with you.
On the other side, like the quantity and the mass of people can be really impressive sometimes.
I know, of course,
like,
yeah.
Seeing,
But
Yeah.
I think when you said it's kind of abstract, that was a
Yeah.
good way to say, because you're there and they're there, and it's like you're playing your music, and sometimes you can see very instant reactions, but then
That's
you know.
the thing is like when you get a reaction and you really have like a whole crowd of I don't know how many thousands of people in front of you, and they're all like putting their hands in the air or whatever. That's something that you will. That's something very different than with a small club, and it can be very impressive. But in a small club, you know, people are not going to leave. They're there in the box, and they're not going to go away. You know, you can start very slowly. You can build it up a bit more, and then go down again. And you can really make them listen to certain things. And at a festival, that just doesn't work. So.
One more question then, it's because the electronic community is organizing bus shuttle to the major festival events in around Europe, living from Italy, and so we want to get some tips from you, saying which are the best clubs and the best country and the best festival to dance. Do you have a favorite one?
I think, well, there's a few very obvious ones. Of course, you go to Fabric in London, you go to Berghain in Berlin, you go to Amsterdam, to any club. There's a lot of nice ones, I don't know which one. There's of course the Sonar Festival in Barcelona. There's actually a lot of things everywhere.
My favorite club actually at the moment is in Madrid. It's called Mondo. It's a really small club. It's in the center. It's kind of by the same people that do the big Goa parties. Maybe you've heard of them. They also did parties in Ibiza at the Space this summer. So at the moment, this is probably my favorite. And then Berghain. I love Berghain.
Yeah.
Not
absolutely.
the Panorama Bar. I love Berghain.
Yeah, Berghain is
Downstairs.
amazing. Yeah.
So the scoop of tonight is that you're going to perform together.
Is
Yes.
it? Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah. Tonight and tomorrow as well. It's going to be a back-to-back weekend. We haven't really done this before, I think.
No, we haven't. Well, we have kind of.
Actually, in Torino,
yeah.
like that was about 2 years ago. We played for about half an hour or like 45 minutes
It was
together.
at the end. I
At
guess.
the end, yeah,
We
after
did
we
like a
finished.
back-to-back thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think another thing that's going to be nice to see how it works is that Sam is playing vinyl and CDs, and I recently switched to laptop only with a MIDI controller. So, and I can't really do any pitching, like not much. So he's going to be the one that's doing all the work tonight.
Happy birthday, electronic community. We wish you many more years of fun parties.
Same for me. Very happy birthday, electronic community. Very happy to be here at this party tonight and celebrating the how many years? One year. Well, that's a very good start. We'll hope to be back for the second, for the third, the fourth, the fifth, sixth, seventh, like 25 maybe even. We'll see. Hope to see.
Thank you, guys.